So getting inside of a tent, especially one that has a fly on it, is kind of tricky. So the main thing is, these are nice because they got the vestibule so you can set stuff underneath it, keep all your things dry. But this kind of makes it a little bit of an issue to get into. So the one thing with this is, I tell everybody that I teach how to do transfers, once you learn it one way, learn how to do it the other. So the way I'm actually going to get it in this is the opposite way that I would normally get down for a floor transfer from my chair, but it makes it easier for getting in the tent and then for getting out as well. So it's the opposite way, so it's more of a controlled fall. I'm going to get my legs off, do a footrest and scoot forward a little bit. And then I gotta kind of dip my head underneath the fly. Same thing is over my shoulder. Get my one hand low. I've got this hand on the frame of my wheelchair right before the cushion, and from this point it's kind of more or less a controlled fall to get into the tent. When I do it the other way, it's a lot smoother, but then we're in. And then from here, the goal is to try to keep as much dirt out of it as possible, so I like to get my shoes off and everything outside of the tent and then bring everything in. I still drag dirt in, there's no way around that, but yeah, that's how you get into a smaller tent that's not exactly wheelchair accessible. So getting out of the tent is probably the trickiest part. Getting in, it's pretty easy. Getting out is a little more challenging. The position of this one, the world's not level, so it's slightly uphill, which makes it a little bit harder to get up in the chair. Those are just kind of some of the things you need to factor in when you're picking your spot for your tent to make it easier or harder to get in and out. So this will be a little bit more challenging since it is a little bit uphill, but to show you guys how I do it as a C7 quad. First thing is getting the chair in the right position. Locking the brakes. There's really no way around not getting dirty unless you want to bring something to set on the dirt. Bring the chair in pretty close. I always do floor transfers with my brakes locked. Some people can do it without. It's pretty challenging for me, so I leave them locked. The big thing is, if you just leave your legs like this, your outside knee, generally speaking, is going to always want to fall out, and that makes this type of transfer really hard. So if you actually just turn your toe out, away from where you're transferring, it'll help keep it in like that. You can see if my knee does fall out a little bit here, you can twist your body, and it'll get your knee back in, or you can kind of come up with your shoulder. So from here, it's all in your shoulders and triceps, scapulas. You have to lean forward really far in order to get your butt up onto the first part of the chair. So get there. Now I know where I'm at. And then it's just one more bigger push. Once I get my butt on just enough, I can kind of move my feet a little. Now I can be pretty stable to let go and not have this hand down. And I can grab the frame of the chair and actually sit up. And now I'm up in my chair and ready to start the day. So that is one way to get out of the chair. Like I said, I'm an incomplete C7 quad, so this is just what works for me. So try this, see if it works for you. If not, there's a lot of other ways to do the transfer too. So hopefully you can find the way that works best for you.